You thought about it, you've talked about it, now it's time to do something about it. You wanted to move, to relocate down to South Florida, and you're looking at all the places to go, and one of the places that comes up first is Deerfield Beach. Could be just because of the name, could be because of the location, could be a combination of both. So we're going to give you a little idea of the pros and the cons of living at Deerfield Beach. We're going to tell you some of the things that we've learned, some of the things that we kind of wish we knew before we came down here. Okay, that's some of the things we just kind of picked up along the way, talking to folks, friends, clients, colleagues, and everything else. I'm Kev.
And I'm Suze.
And we're living in South Florida, Fort Lauderdale, with Kev and Suze. Today we're out at a Deerfield Beach.
It's one of our favorite places.
It is one of our favorite
I'll have
places.
to be honest.
If you've seen it, if you've been here, you know why. If you haven't been here, then when you see, hopefully after you've seen the video, you'll know why. So if this is your first time to our channel, welcome. If you've been here before, welcome back. So
if you do us a favor and subscribe as we're trying to grow our channel, we'd surely appreciate it. And besides, it's the right thing to do, right?
that's true, Suze.
We're hoping.
It is the right thing to do. So yeah, if there's any questions you have, drop the little box below. We'll be more than happy to get back to you with any information that you're asking for, anything that we can do to help you out.
So let's get started.
Let's talk about the pros and the cons of moving to Deerfield Beach. So for those of you that don't know, Deerfield Beach is kind of as Dickens says, it's a tale of two cities. There's Deerfield Beach, the beach area, which is where we are now. And there's the rest of Deerfield Beach, which is west of Federal Highway. Those of you that live in the north, that's US 1. US 1 starts down in Key West, runs all the way up to Bangor, Maine, I believe. So, but most of the folks that live on the East Coast, they know what US 1 is. So, but right now we're on the beach side of it. So, and obviously the beach itself is one of the pros.
You can be out walking and it will measure for you the time spent walking. So you do see a lot of people out here walking and enjoying the sights, which is a great benefit. And if you don't have your handy marker on or your handy pedometer or an Apple Watch or your Fitbit or whatever, the pavement and the markers can help out as well. So I just thought that was a nice feature that they have here at Deerfield Beach. And
Okay, well, you said we're on the beach side. What we need to tell our folks is it's like a block or two, and you're right there on the intercoastal.
True. And
which
so,
makes it an ideal place.
and it also makes it what is known as a barrier island, an island. So we're on Deerfield Beach Island. But that's a huge pro right here. So the beach is right behind us. And here we are in the middle of December. It's low 80s. The sun is shining. A little windy today, so hopefully what you'll see is some folks that are out surfing, some folks that are out on the beach. One of the cool things, and one of the things that we definitely feel is a pro about Deerfield Beach, it's a blue wave beach. The community itself goes to great lengths to ensure that the beach is not only kept pristine, but also things are nice and neat and nice and clean.
So nice and clean.
There's no trash laying around on it. They do the best they can to make sure that the wildlife is kind of kept in control. We'll talk about that in just a minute.
Right, and they take care of the boardwalk.
They take care of the boardwalk, and they take care of the areas around there too. And also sometimes when you have an abundance of seaweed that comes floating in, they'll come down here and kind of clean it up. They want to make it so that it's a safe place to go, safe place to be. Now Deerfield Beach prides itself on being there, being something for basically everyone. It's a huge family area. You'll see behind us we're at a little playground area. So there's also things for young adults. It's for families. It's for singles, for older folks, and for retirees. So there's something basically for everybody.
Well, we need to say also where we are, this is a no swimming area. However, it's for surfers.
True, that's true. So yes, good point, Suze. So yeah, the wind is picking up a little bit, and the surf is picking up a little bit, and there are some surfers out there. So it's a cool thing. It's a cool thing to watch. Now, on the con side, okay, we're at a little bit of an area, and getting out to this part of Deerfield Beach, there's basically only two ways to come here. Both comes across a bridge, okay, and both of those bridges they have drawbridges. So the drawbridges are up. It's a bit of a challenge getting in here. So traffic can become, especially if you come down here during the high season, which we're in right now, traffic can become a bit of a bear. Or as Other people have told me a bit of a bitch, but it is what it is.
Well, that's true, and you're always constantly reminding me. Now, Suze, remember, we're going to add 15 minutes to wherever you sleep.
This is true. This is very, very true. So, but again, you kind of take some of the bad with some of the good. So, Deerfield Beach itself prides itself on not only having a beautiful beach area, but having amenities that support basically anybody who's there. So, if you check out some of our other areas about living in Deerfield Beach, you'll see where we've highlighted some of the places to eat, some of the entertainment places, some of our favorite places to go out and eat. We've also done a video on the pier itself, which has just been recently redone to show all kinds of cool things that you can see for the pier, and it's there for kids to come out and take a look at it.
Yeah, but that's another video, so let's just move on.
Okay, thanks, Suze. Every once in a while, I got to be reminded to do that. So, those of you that have a better half, you know what I'm talking about. So, again, traffic itself is kind of a con. Now, I will tell you that the weather is both a pro and a con. Okay, right now, this time of the year, it's definitely a pro. Okay, late fall, winter, early spring, nice temperatures, low humidity, high 70s, low 80s during the day, high 60s, low 70s in the evening. You kind of sit back and relax and have a good time. Now, I'll tell you, in the summertime, we have basically hot and real hot. Okay, and the hot and real hot, the only difference is that how quickly has the humidity rolled in. So I will tell you, okay, fair warning, in the summertime, it gets hot. Hot sidewalk, asphalt hot. That's how hot it gets. But again, I'll take a couple of months of that to have the kind of weather that we're having right now. How about you, Suze?
Oh, I like this weather, but I also like the hot weather. Now, we have to be honest, yesterday we were out going to film, and we were all the way up here, and what happened? We had a rain shower, and it started raining, and it was ugly.
And then it rained some more.
And then it rained some more, but here we are today, and now it's beautiful.
Exactly. So, as they say down here, if you don't like the weather, wait 15 minutes, it'll change. So, some of the other cons that we have here in Deerfield Beach, and there's not a whole lot of them, okay? We talked about traffic, we talked about the weather, we talked a little bit about some of the insects and stuff like that. Some of the other areas, parking, okay? This time of the year, parking is usually a bit of a problem. We're fortunate, and it's later on in the afternoon, but on the weekends, especially around the holidays and whatnot, parking here is also a bear, okay? If you don't get here early, you're gonna have to park a little farther away. Parking can also be expensive. You need to be careful of where you're parking. Now, if you happen to live in Deerfield Beach, okay, then they have a little bit of a perk for the folks that live here, and you can show that you live in Deerfield Beach. You can get a parking sticker that either gives you free parking in certain areas or reduced parking wherever you're going to be. So parking, it can be a bit of a challenge.
That's true. There's several different parking apps, and the parking station will let you know which app to use. So that's convenient.
This is true. This is true, and they're very flexible. And a lot of the places where you can go to eat, they also have areas where you can park around there, and then a lot of stuff. They have a lot of carry out and a lot of places, a lot of things like that too. So.
Right. So just expect to pay for parking. It's just kind of the cost of.
It's a cost of doing business. Now the other thing is
going to the beach. You mean?
Right. It's a cost of going to the beach. Now one of the things that Deerfield Beach, like most of the other beach areas down here, okay, it's not necessarily cheap to live here. Deerfield Beach is less expensive than some of the other beaches around here, like Fort Lauderdale or Miami Beach or West Palm Beach. But Deerfield Beach runs about the average cost for housing and basic living is about 14% above the national average. Now, it is a little bit more expensive than a national average, but overall, it's pretty much on par with the rest of Florida. And some of the expenses, such as utilities, are actually cheaper because of the weather that we have down here. So, while it is a little bit more expensive as a con, there are things that come in to offset that. Now,
I mean, like a day like today, you don't need the air conditioning. You definitely don't need the heat either.
So, not true. Now, the other thing is, one of the pros being down here, keep in mind, Florida does not charge state income tax. So, those of you that are used to paying state income tax, okay, think of it as it's almost like a pay hike because you get to bring more money home. Okay? And Florida, for those of you that are buying property, if it's going to be your primary residence, okay, and Florida has what they call a homestead exemption down here, which can actually give you a significant amount of the assessed value of your home. Now, the assessed value is basically the home is the value that the taxation authorities determine your home is worth for tax purposes. So it has nothing to do with the market value. We can talk about that. If you have some more questions about that, we can certainly talk about that in more detail, in another video, or you can hit us up, let us know.
Or drop us a line.
Drop us a note. Let us know. So yeah. So living down here, okay, is, I mean, it is a little bit more expensive, but when you factor in all the things that you get, all the pros, the weather, the climate, the entertainment options, the sun, the fun, the ability to basically experience 300 plus days of sunshine every year. Okay, it pretty much is worth the cons where you have the parking and the couple months of bad weather. Oh, one of the things we forgot about as far as weather and the cons.
What's that?
Okay, hurricanes. Now, fortunately, we're out of hurricane season and we escaped the season this year. But you've heard about it. You hear about it all the time if you watch the Weather Channel. Okay, and you just need to be prepared. Every once in a while, we get some nasty hurricanes that are coming through. Just be prepared. Okay, and what happens is, like everywhere else, everybody basically runs to the grocery store and picks up milk, bread, eggs, and toilet paper. Not really sure why that is. It's the same thing when they run into winter storms. When we used to live up in North Georgia, still haven't figured that one out, but it is something you need to be aware of.
I'm noticing these guys here, and they're on scooters, and people are out here walking the dogs.
But again, I mean, it's worth it. All the pros we've identified are certainly to us offset the cons.
Oh, and another thing is, I don't know if it's a pro or con for you, but if you do live in Florida and you've got extended family that live in other states, all of a sudden everybody wants to come and visit. That happens, which is nice for us, right?
So, but again, the pros as far as we're concerned, all the wonderful weather, all the different amenities, the entertainment, varieties, the food, the proximity to the beach, everything else offsets the cons of the couple months of bad weather, the insects, the parking problems, and the traffic. Hopefully you found something interesting and informative on our videos. If you would, like us. If you would, consider subscribing if you found something interesting. If there's any information that you want to know, we have a couple of folks that have already asked us for some specific videos. Drop something in the box below. Let us know what you'd like to know about. Let us know if there's anything you'd like to know more about. We're local realtors, and we love doing what we're doing, and we especially love helping people finding new homes, vacation homes down here, so that we can kind of share everything that we like and we enjoy about the area. And this is Kev, living in Fort Lauderdale with Kev and Suze. I hope you enjoyed the video, and until next time, take care.